Hello students, let us continue with MCQ number 6. In the last lecture, we did 5 MCQ, 6th MCQ, two conductors having capacity 2 microfarad and 5 microfarad and a potential of 2 volt and 10 volt respectively. Calculate the ratio of their charge after connecting by a wire. So we have two capacitors which are individually charged with a battery. One is 2 volt and another is 10 volt. So say this is capacitor 1 connected with a battery V1, another capacitor C2 connected with a battery V2. So individually we can find out the charge. So there are many methods to solve this MCQ. Individually you can find out the charge on C1 and C2. Now both the batteries are disconnected and they are connected by a wire. So these two capacitors are now connected by a wire. Now we know that the charge can neither be created nor destroyed. Total charge of the system should remain same. So if you have Q1 and Q2, I can find out the total initially, and then finally the charge remains same. Now the potential will be the common potential. Individually they have V1 and V2 potential. Now the potential becomes common. So one is find out the common potential, and then we find out the new charges on it. So what is the formula for common potential? So common potential can be written as total charge divided by total capacitance. This total charge will be equal to Q1 plus Q2 upon C1 plus C2, and we also know that this Q1 can be written as C1 V1 plus C2 V2 upon C1 plus C2. Now suppose after connecting with the wire, the new charge is Q1 dash and Q2 dash. Now they will have a same potential. So even if I can find out the value, this common potential will be cancelled because I have to find out the ratio of the charge. Now what will be the ratio of the charge? It will be equal to Vc into C1 upon Vc upon C2. That is the definition of the charge, that is C into V. So common potential, if you find out the value, then also it will be cancelled. So here I cancel this. So we are left with only C1 and C2, and C1 and C2 is 2 and 5 value. So the ratio is 2 upon 5. That is option number A. So this is MCQ number 6. MCQ number 7. An infinite number of capacitor of capacitance C, 4C, 16C dash 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 are connected in series. So we have a different capacitor C, 4C, 16C, and there are infinite numbers. They are connected in a series. We have to simply find out the equivalent capacitance. So for a series combination, it will be 1 upon C equivalent is equal to 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2 plus dash 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 plus 1 upon Cn. So this will be equal to 1 upon C plus 1 upon 4C plus 1 upon 16C plus 1 upon 32C dash 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 upon 1 upon the value will be infinite. So this is equal to 1 upon C equivalent is equal to 1 upon C is taken as common. So 1 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 6 dash 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 up to infinite terms we go. So now clearly it is a geometric series, and the sum Sn is equal to the first term divided by 1 minus common ratio. So this is equal to the first term is 1 minus common ratio will be equal to 1 by 4. So it will be 1 by 16 divided by 1 by 4. So ratio will be 1 by 4. So this is equal to 4 by 3, and therefore 1 upon C equivalent is equal to 4 by 3C, which implies C equivalent is equal to 3C by 4. So that is option number A. Next is 8th MCQ. A parallel plate capacitor is formed by the two plates, each of area 100 centimeter square. So area is equal to 100 centimeter square, that is 100 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter square. And they are separated by a distance of 1 mm. So we have a one capacitor, the dimensions are given. A dielectric of dielectric constant 5. So we have a dielectric constant which is introduced, and the dielectric strength. So dielectric strength matlab the maximum field a capacitor can withstand without getting breakdown. So maximum electric field that a capacitor can withstand without breakdown is called its dielectric strength. Find the maximum charge that can be stored on a capacitor without causing any dielectric breakdown. So we have to find out the total charge stored on a capacitor where it can withstand a maximum field of this. So if we see a dimension, now there is a dielectric constant. So capacitance becomes K times the capacitor with air as a dielectric. So the first step, that is capacitance is equal to K times epsilon naught A by D, where this is epsilon naught A by D is the formula for a capacitor when air is a dielectric. So we write K times epsilon naught A by D. Now A and D is not a problem, K is not problem, epsilon naught is not a problem. I can find out C. Now if I can find out C, C has a relation with Q and V, because I have to find out Q, and V has a relation with the electric field. So instead of finding out C first, directly I can write C is equal to Q upon V is equal to K epsilon naught A by D. Now E is equal to V upon D, which implies V can be written as E into D, or I can write E, it is E max given. So Q upon, in the place of V I write E max into D. That is, we know E is equal to minus dV by dr, general formula, and for a capacitor it turns out to be V upon D. So Q upon E max D is equal to K epsilon naught A by D. This dd is cancelled. So E max, so we have to find out Q. So the maximum charge Qm, say M is the maximum, so we have to find out the maximum charge. So Q is equal to E max K epsilon naught AD. So this is the formula where A is known, K is known, epsilon naught is known, and E max is also given to us. So we have to simply make a substitution method. You substitute this value and find out the correct option. Question number 9. Two insulated conductors are charged by transferring one conductor to the another. So we have two conductors which are charged by transferring charge from one conductor to the another. So transferring charge from one conductor to another can be with the help of by connecting the wire. The potential difference of 100 volt was produced on transferring 6.25 into 10 raised to 15 electron from one conductor to another. So the potential is 100 volt between these two, because as soon as you connect a wire, there will be a potential difference. So that is 100 volt. And the number of charge, that is the number of electrons transferred, is 6.25 into 10 raised to 15 electrons. So one electron are being transferred from one conductor to another. Clearly, this sphere will become positive charge and this sphere will become negative charge. As a result, the potential difference of 100 volt is created. Find out the capacitor of the system. So we have to find out the capacitance of the system. Clearly, this is the Q is equal C is equal to Q by V. So the formula becomes C is equal to Q by V, and this is equal to Q can be written as NE upon, in the place of V I can again write KQ upon R. I can write KQ upon R. C is equal to Q by V. Okay, this no need to write. V is already given to us, so it is direct. C is equal to NE upon V. The V is already given. So if the V is not given, we can take a help of the potential of this sphere, that is KQ by R, but that is for an individual sphere. So directly I write V here because the V is given. So you substitute all these values and find out the correct option. Question number 10. Two parallel plate capacitor C and 2C are connected in parallel and charged to a potential difference V. The battery is then disconnected and the region between the plate of capacitor C is completely filled with a material of dielectric constant K. Determine the potential difference across our capacitors. So see, we have two capacitors which are connected in parallel. So one is capacitor C, another is a capacitor 2C. Both are connected with a battery of V volt. So the potential on each capacitor is V. In parallel combination, the potential remains same. So I can find out the total charge on it. Now before that we find out C equivalent. Both the capacitors are in parallel. So the equivalent capacitance is 3C. Now Q is equal to C equivalent into V. So Q is equal to 3CV. So this is a charge, the total charge of the system. This is the total charge of the system. That is Q1 plus Q2. Now the battery is disconnected. So in the second stage, so this is the first case. In the second stage, this capacitor C is completely filled with a dielectric. So now its capacitance will increase and we have to find out the new potential difference in the terms of K. This is K is a dielectric constant. So we know the common potential formula should be equal to C1 V1, or now I can find out again the C equivalent, and total charge always remains constant. So common potential is equal to charge, because there is no battery. So whatever total amount of charge is deposited on this, the charge remains constant because the source has been removed. So common potential is equal to Vc is equal to Q upon C equivalent. So I have to find out the common potential. So this can be written as Q. This Q is already found, that is 3CV upon C equivalent. Now its capacitance becomes, new capacitance becomes K times the initial. So equivalent becomes Kc plus 2C. So if I take C as a common, then it is cancelled. So it is 3V upon K plus 2. That is the new potential difference. That is option number B. So we have this common potential concept when the battery is removed and the dielectric is introduced. Now, MCQ number 11. A parallel plate capacitor with air between the plate is charged to a potential difference of 500 volt. So we have a capacitor where air is a dielectric and it is connected with a battery of 500 volt and then insulated. Then insulated means a battery is disconnected and a plastic plate is inserted between the filling the whole gap. So now we introduce the plastic plate. The potential difference between the plates now become 75 volts. So the voltage which was 500 volt now becomes 75 volt. The dielectric constant of it. So again it is that the battery is removed. The battery is removed. So total charge in both the cases should be equal. So what will be the charge deposited on it? So initially the charge is Q is equal to C into V. Say this is V. Now when it is insulated or you say a battery is removed and a dielectric is introduced. So we introduce a dielectric in it. So its capacitance becomes K times. This is a new capacitance. And now when it is okay, now it is connected to 75 volt. So this will not be a concept of total charge. So now it is connected to new V, say V dash, that is equal to 75 volt. So this is the new battery. So now it is not insulated, sorry. So it will not be, the total charge will not remain same. So see, now we can find out the equivalent total charge can be found from equation 1 and the new charge can also be found. Sorry, not a battery is connected. The new potential is given. See the question. A parallel plate capacitor with air between the plate is charged to a potential of 500 volt and then insulated. A plastic plate is inserted between the plates, filling the whole gap. The potential between the plates now becomes 75 volt. Okay. So it is not connected with the new battery. We insert it and new capacitance becomes K times C and the new potential difference, say V dash, is equal to 75 volt. So here the new potential difference is 75 volt. Not a new battery is connected. So the total charge, whatever is deposited on it, and then the source is removed. Now the potential will decrease and therefore Q is equal to, here Q is equal to Vc, and here also the Q is equal to K times C into V dash. So see, the battery is removed, so the potential difference has decreased because the dielectric is introduced, capacitance becomes K times and the potential difference becomes it decreases. So it has become 500 to 75. Actually it becomes 1 upon K times directly also. So total charge remains same. So I can write CV is equal to K CV V dash. CC is cancelled, so V dash is equal to V by K. So instead of doing all this thing, we know if the entire space is filled up, that we have studied in the theory, that capacitance becomes K times, electric field becomes 1 upon K times, V becomes 1 upon K times, and like this we found the potential energy decreases, surface charge density decreases. So directly also we can apply the formula, otherwise you can find out the total charge. So here it becomes, we have to find out the dielectric constant. So K is equal to V upon V dash, that is 500 divided by 75. So it becomes 23, 20 by 3. That is option number C. So you can directly apply the formula. Potential becomes 1 upon K times. MCQ number 12. A capacitor of 1 microfarad withstand a maximum voltage of 6 kilovolt, while another capacitor 2 microfarad can withstand a maximum voltage of 5 kilovolt. So we have C1 is equal to 1 microfarad and its maximum capacity to withstand is 6 kilovolt. And similarly we have C2 is equal to 2 microfarad. Its maximum capacity to withstand is, without being damaged, is 4 kilovolt. Now if both the capacitors are connected in the series, the system can withstand a maximum voltage of, so now I have to connect this capacitor in a series with a battery of V volt. So I have to find out what should be the batteries that I should connect so that the capacitors are not damaged. See, the damaging of the capacitor or resistance depends. A resistance will be damaged if a current flow more than its maximum value, so it will be damaged. Similarly, in a capacitor, if the charge deposited on them is more than its capacity, then we know the leakage of the charge will take place. So while constructing a capacitor, we deposit charge on it, we keep on depositing charge on it, Q is increasing, so the V also increase, and therefore we write the formula Q is proportional to V. So at certain limit, the leakage of the charge take place from the plates of a capacitor, and it may cause the ionization of the surrounding. So let us first find out how much charge, the maximum charge, can be deposited on it. So Q1 is equal to 1 micro, that is 10 raised to minus 6 into 6 into 10 raised to 3. So this is equal to 6 into 10 raised to minus 3. This much charge the capacitor can withstand C1. Q2 is equal to again 10 raised to minus 6 into 2 into 4 into 10 raised to 3, that is 8 into 10 raised to minus 3 coulomb. So they can stand this much coulombs of charge. Now by connecting in the series, the smaller charge is this. So if a charge more than this flow, C1 will be damaged. So leakage of the charge will take place from the C1. This capacitor has a capacity of 8 into 10 raised to minus 3 coulomb. So it will not be damaged. It can withstand that much amount of charge, or that much amount of charge can be deposited on it. Now I apply the formula. It is a series combination. So I can take V is equal to, I will take a charge of this small, and I will take the formula to be C equivalent, because they are connected in the series combination. So they are connected in the combination of, they are connected in series. So I find out the C equivalent is equal to 1 into 2 upon 3, that is 2 by 3 microfarad. So this will be 2 by 3 microfarad capacitor it can withstand. So after finding out the equivalent capacitor, we can find out the charge. So charge, it will be taken the smaller charge, that is 6 into 10 raised to minus 3, and C equivalent is 2 by 3 micro. So this is equal to V is equal to, that is 9 kilo volt. So I can connect a battery of 9 kilovolt so that the capacitor is not damaged. So while doing some numerical you have to take place, it is the charge which get leak from the capacitor. MCQ number 13. An uncharged capacitor with solid dielectric is connected to a similar air capacitor charged to a potential of V naught. So here we have a capacitor in which air is a dielectric and its potential is V naught. Now it is connected to a similar capacitor but with a dielectric. So initially it was uncharged and now it is connected. So its capacitance should be taken as K times C, that is air as dielectric, and its potential was V naught. Now what will happen, as soon as we connect an uncharged capacitor, the charge will start flowing from the charged capacitor to uncharged till the potential becomes equal, that is a common potential is achieved. So we know that common potential is equal to total charge upon C equivalent. So this can be written as Q1 plus Q2, that is after the sharing of the charges, the new charge will be Q1 Q2, C1 plus C2, that is sorry, not C equivalent, it is C1 plus C2, the total capacitance. Now this can be written as Q1 can also be written as C1 V1 plus C2 V2 upon C1 plus C2. Therefore, the common potential is equal to, let us take this as C1. So this becomes C times V naught plus. This was while studying the theory, we have studied that this V2 is the battery by which C2 is connected, but here the C2 was uncharged, it was not connected with the battery, so its potential is 0, so it becomes Kc into 0 divided by the total capacitance, that is C plus K times C. So Vc is equal to, this term is 0 upon C plus Kc, C is common, so it becomes V naught upon 1 plus K. So we have to find out here not a common potential, we have to find out the dielectric constant. Okay, so we do a cross multiplication and the symbol for the common potential here is given as V. Here Vc common potential is, symbol is V. So I write V is equal to V naught 1 plus K, that is V plus Vk is equal to V naught. So Vk is equal to V naught minus V. So K is equal to V naught minus V upon V. So as a shortcut formula, you can remember this. If an uncharged capacitor is connected to a charged capacitor, the direct formula will be the potential initial by which one capacitor was charged minus common potential divided by common potential. So that is option number C. Now MCQ number 14. Now one circuit is given here. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 capacitors are there. They are shown in the figure. So these are the different points between which capacitors are connected. We have to find the equivalent capacitance between X and Y if each capacitor, so each capacitor is 4 microfarad. So now you have to directly from the diagram you cannot find out whether they are a series combination or a parallel combination. We have to find out the equivalent capacitance between point X and Y. So I connect a battery. Now remember, if there are 5 capacitor or 6 capacitor, now if there are 5 capacitor, there is a possibility of a Wheatstone bridge. So maximum time, if there are 5 capacitor, the first thing is you check whether it is a balanced Wheatstone bridge or not. If it is not a balanced, we know that you have to go for a Kirchhoff law. But maximum time the bridge are balanced, whether it is a resistors or a capacitor. Now, if there are 5, first thing is you check about a Wheatstone bridge. Even if there are 6 capacitor or 6 resistors, we can go for a Wheatstone bridge. How we can go for it? Let us see this diagram. Now, one method to find out the equivalent is the numbering system. That is, you give the number to all the plates. So let us give the number to all these plates. These are the 6 capacitors, so 12 plates are there. The one possibility, the first possibility I will check is I will try to check whether it form a Wheatstone bridge or not. This is positive terminal. Now see, when we see a diagram, from the positive terminal only we have 2 plates, 1 and 11. So in the Wheatstone bridge, the positive terminal is connected to a 2 plates, but a negative terminal have only 1 plate. It means if it was a Wheatstone bridge, or if it is a Wheatstone bridge, then we should have only 5 capacitors. If we have a 5 capacitor, then this Y point should be here, and at that time again I have 2 plates. So here we have one, this is an additional capacitor, so clearly it should be outside the Wheatstone bridge. So first I connect a positive plate, so I see that the positive terminal is connected to plate 1 and plate 11. So I connect this 1 here, 11 here. If it is mismatched, I can change. I can put 11 here also, 1 here. So let us see if I can form it or not. So this is plate 1. Now parallel to it we have a plate 2, and parallel to it we have to draw parallel. This is 12. Now 2 is connected with 3 and 10. 2 is connected with 3 and 10. So suppose this is 3 and this is 4. Then I have this terminal. 4 goes to 11 and 12. 4 goes to 11 and 12. Sorry, 12 and 5. So first I connect this 1, 2. Now 2 was also connected with 10. So I connect this as 10. I complete the combination of 2 first. So 2 is connected with 3 as well as 10. Now if I have drawn 10, I should also draw 9. Now come to the 4. 4 is connected with 12. Now see, 4 has gone there. So the 4 cannot be that side. I have to connect it with the number 12. So I have to again change these plates. So you have to find out the combinations. So clearly where we face the difficulty is the 4 and 5. Now 4 and 5. If I connect this 5 here, 5 here, so the 5 should also have a connection with the 12. So this is not a, I will put this as 11 and this as 12. Then I put this as 1 and 2. Now 1 and 2 is connected with 3, 4 and 4 is 11. So I rechange this, that is 3, 4. Yes, so 3, 4 goes here. It is now connected with 12 and this should be 5, 6. And 2 is connected with 10. So I take this as 10 and 9. So let us check again. 1 and 11 connected to a positive terminal, 2 connected with 3, as well as the 2 is connected with 3. So this is 2 connected with 3 and 10. So 2 connected with 3 and 10 over. 12 is connected with 4 and 5. So 12 connected with 4 and 5. Now 6 is connected to a 9. So 6 is connected to 9. Say you have to make a combination. It is not necessary that in a first step we will draw a balanced Wheatstone bridge or we correct a plate. So I can change the plates when required if it does not set into the Wheatstone bridge. But if it is unbalanced, or it may be possible that it does not form a Wheatstone bridge also. But most of the time, if there are 5 or 6 capacitor or resistor, we have to first go for a Wheatstone bridge. So this is the combination. Now 6 and 9. So 6 and 9 connected to 7. And the 7 parallel plate is 8. So now recheck all this terminal. Now clearly each have a capacitor C. So it is the balanced Wheatstone bridge. And if we know that if it is a balanced Wheatstone bridge, these 2 points are at the same potential. So there is no use of this capacitor, because no charge will be deposited, or you say when it is a resistor, no current flow through it, that we know. So there is the equal potential difference. So I remove this plate. This capacitor 4-3 is of is having no use in our circuit. Now these 2 capacitor are in are in series combination. So series combination, that is C and C, that is C by 2. So each is 4. So 4 series to 4 series. So equivalent becomes 2 micro. Similarly 4 series. So it becomes again 2. And then we have this as 4 microfarad. I connect the battery. Now these 2 are in parallel combination, and that is in series. So again 2 in series. So it becomes 4 in series. It becomes again 2. So the equivalent capacitance option should be the 2 microfarad. That is option number E. So this is we have about the Wheatstone bridge. Then question number 15. The maximum charge stored on a metal sphere of radius 15 centimeter. So radius of a sphere is given, that is 15 centimeter, and the charge deposited on it is 7.5 microcoulomb. Find out the potential energy of the sphere in this case. So I have to find out the potential energy. Now potential energy formula, we know that it can be we have to find out the potential energy of the system. So U is equal to, one formula is directly you can write Q into V, that is the energy of a potential, Q into potential. So we have studied that potential energy is equal to Q into V. But during the charging of any conductor, it takes some time. So it is not that this sphere will get instantly charged. So even if we have a capacitor, it takes some time for charging. So if we have studied this, that if we have a dielectric in this, the polarization take place. Or if it is, even if it is in air between the 2 plates, the capacitor do take some time for charging and discharging. So there is a concept of time involved in it also, that we will see in the next lecture, how the capacitor and gets charged and discharged with the help of a battery. Now when you are going to, in this case, we have to find out the potential energy of the sphere. The maximum charge stored on the metal sphere of radius 15 centimeter may be 7.5 microcoulomb. So the charge, it is not given that the charge is deposited and you find out the potential energy. We have to find out the process that maximum charge it can store like this. So this conductor or a sphere will take some time for charging, and in that situation, whenever we have to consider such a cases, we have to consider a V average. V average means initial potential was 0. Now suppose it is charged to a potential difference of V. Suppose it is charged to a potential difference of V. So let the potential difference of this is V. So now here I have to take a V average, not directly. It is not given that 7.5 microcoulomb is deposited on it and you find out the charge. Now if this is the case, the charge is already deposited on it, then I can directly apply this formula if V is given to me. But here I have to find out how much it will take some time, and it is given that find the potential energy of the sphere in the case if the maximum charge stored on the metal sphere of radius 15 centimeter may be 7.5 microcoulomb. So this can be written as Q V naught plus V divided by 2, that is initial plus final divided by 2. So it becomes half Q 0 plus V divided by this 2. So remember, we have studied the situation in chapter where the capacitor is given us to be fully charged, but capacitor do take some time for charging and discharging. And then again we have considered in our theory that the entire space is filled with the dielectric. It may be possible that the battery is connected and the dielectric is introduced. So that we discussed in the theory also. So if I have a battery already connected and then I introduce a dielectric, then capacitance will become K times, but voltage will not become 1 by K time, or electric field will not become 1 upon K time, or charge will not remain constant. So there is a situation where we have to consider the concepts of the potential also. So we will see such cases in the coming lectures. But you remember, this capacitors or any conductor take time for charging and discharging. So in that situation, we have to take a average. So here we have to take a average voltage. So initially it was uncharged, so I took this initial 0. Let us assume to deposit this much charge, the potential obtained is V. So it is a final potential that is Q into V. Now this can be written as half Q. In the place of V, I can write KQ upon R. So the potential energy formula becomes KQ square by 2R. So this is the formula in the case of the charging of a conductor. So you have to keep in mind this concept of Q square, and there is a term Q. Otherwise, what we used to write for a conductor, we can write directly KQ square upon R. So this is not the situation. Potential energy or any conductor will take a time for charging and discharging. So you remember this, we have to take V average in this situation also. So this is all about, we have capacitor level 1. Now in the coming lectures, we have a capacitors numerical or MCQ of level 2. Now that level 2 consists of that concept, what I am saying, that the capacitor take times for charging and discharging. So in that, at that time, we will find out, we will see the equation of Q, equation of V, and the equation of I. So when I connect a capacitor with a battery, it takes some time for charging. So we can find out the time in which this capacitor get charged or discharged, the rate at which the capacitor get charged or discharged. And while charging this capacitor, we always connect a resistance R, so that this capacitor does not get damaged. So there is a relation of RC and what should be the charge after 5 minutes or 6 minutes. So what we have studied in the chapter is a fully charged capacitor, and then we started applying the formula that if the capacitor is fully charged, then we introduce a dielectric, or after removing the battery we have introduced, or we have filled the complete space with the dielectric. But it is not always the case. If the distance between the two plates is 3 mm, and suppose I fill a dielectric of 1 mm, then you cannot say the capacitance will become K times the initial. This will not be the situation. So we have to see all such concepts are there where the battery will be connected and still we introduce a dielectric. We will find out the new voltage, new electric current, for how much or how much time a capacitor will take. So there are some formula which was not given in our reference or textbook. So we will first find out that formula, we will see the formula, understand that formula, and then we will apply it. So for the time being, we wind up our lecture today. Have a nice day.